Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Black Bag. So I know this is a kind of spy film, a little espionage spy thriller. I've also heard it's got a bit of romance in it. I don't know if this is more focusing on the romance or on the spy side, but I guess we'll see. Excited to get into this. This is Steven Soderbergh. I think maybe actually the first Steven Soderbergh film that I've seen. I haven't seen any of the Ocean's films, which I know are kind of essential heist films. I do want to get to those at some point. And then he's got a few more recent ones, Presence, which people have said are really good. But I'm excited for this. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find a full-length version of this video where you can sync up your own footage and watch along with me, early access to upcoming reactions and polls so you can vote for what's next. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
You were right, George. We have a traitor in the house. They're fighting.
Oh,
Your wife's one of them.
okay, so he's investigating who might be a traitor.
She has the security clearance, she has the motive, and she has the capability.
Okay, so 5 people it could be, and that's including his wife, who I'm guessing is also a spy.
If Cerberus is deployed as intended, thousands of innocent people will die.
Okay, 1 week.
That sounds ominous. Some sort of weapon, bioweapon, something like that.
I just wish it wasn't so fucking easy to cheat for us.
Sometimes you got to do it on the job, though, don't you?
If you'd like Anna to be less angry, you might consider going home.
Yeah, being out at a club, what do you expect? She's going to be more distrustful that you're out again. I guess is drinking his sorrows away. Okay, obviously being watched. Who's this? That's a cool premise because it means that we could have 5 antagonists all being it's spy on spy, you know? They're all going to be just as skilled as him. Oh, making a good old Sunday roast. Lovely. And I wonder if she knows that she's under suspicion, you know?
Data scraper, 2 agents, and the in-house shrink.
2 other agents. Oh, I guess the list he's investigating might not be exclusively agents.
I would have thought you'd start with...
Are they all just here for this dinner?
I wanted to try something more elegant first.
I know Fassbender and Blanchett are the cast. I don't know who the other ones might be. Will they all be big faces? Big names?
Avoid the chana masala. Contains a healthy amount of DZM5.
Ah, is that some sort of truth serum, something like that?
I want to know which.
Ah, they're making the assumption that it's one and not perhaps multiple working together. Everyman? Is that Everyman in Chelsea?
But I kind of feel like I'm going to my parents' house. if they weren't divorced and didn't hate each other.
Okay, younger agents, it makes sense. You want diversity of different agents to fill different roles.
Do you believe this was just spontaneous?
I'm assuming so, until I see a reason to believe otherwise.
She's suspicious, yeah.
You and Freddie sitting across from each other after what just happened?
Okay, bit of history, bit of drama.
I get it, why you went with him.
Yes?
James is the smart plate. Young, aggressive.
Oh, okay, he chose James to get a promotion, yeah. Bit of jealousy, there's a lot of dynamics going on here.
Syria is hardly the worst thing we've ever done.
I once heard my kid's teacher was a paedophile just to get him fired.
It's so casual, all of this, you know, talk of mass death and... Yeah.
Daddy was an inveterate cheater. Rarely, if ever, kept it in his pants.
Oh. His own father and then having to investigate his own wife as well.
On video. Played the tape one Sunday night at a family dinner. I would have...
Yeah, just a lovely little, lovely little dinner. I guess this is Freddie's kind of revenge for not giving him the promotion.
How old were you?
37.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounded like he would have been younger.
Is it true? No one can lie to you?
Better not to find out.
Well, when are you going to poly me, George?
Aren't polygraph tests all you know, just kind of bullshit anyway. Not admissible in court. Of course you're nervous when you're all taped up being asked questions.
We go round the table, and each of us makes a resolution.
That's a weird game. Trying to get everyone to improve.
But we don't make the resolution for ourselves. We make it for the person to our right.
Oh, okay. Freddie, stop being such a dick. Whatever the resolution you give, it reveals a flaw you see in that person, doesn't it?
Wait, I'm speaking in his voice. I resolve to do my best to finish second whenever possible.
I thought she was saying, I'll do it in his voice and put on a low, gravelly voice. Yeah, James, Reggie Jean-Paul. People have fan cast him as Bond before, haven't they?
I'm gonna stop fucking her.
I'm afraid I can't, gorgeous. I am powerless before you.
Someone else. So much infidelity going on.
Is this some sort of prank?
I mean, the game was obviously designed to cause tension by George, wasn't it? I don't think I have any suspicions on who it could be at the moment.
Sorry Daddy walked out the door. Probably because he didn't love Mummy, but maybe because he became so hopelessly bored with your needy, constant demands.
And he thinks that's why she's into older men as well. Yeah, I feel like Freddie, you know, even his first introduction, first impressions, we see him as a bit of an asshole, showing up late, all of this. But I feel like that's too obvious for it to be him as the rat, you know?
The junior suite with city view is your favourite.
Yeah. I don't know. That shot of his hand, I was like, is she going to stab his hand? Yeah.
It's the most boring thing you've ever done.
He's not reacting much. I guess the alcohol as well.
I wonder if it's possible you went just a bit heavy on the deep.
Okay. Oh, yeah, of course, of course. There was some chemical in the food, wasn't there?
I don't know yet. That was the rock. Now I watch the ripples.
The thing is, we didn't see much of Catherine in that whole interaction either, did we? I was actually wondering if the whole film would have been that dinner party and it devolves and gets crazy later, but I guess not.
That's in the black bag.
Want me to guess?
She's been to the cinema? Because she have planted that there purposefully to be, so she's got an alibi, you know?
Assassination led to 50 years of civil war.
If you like.
Oh, you know it.
She knows he would find it there, that kind of thing.
If you were in this situation, if you needed my help.
She knows her skill is knowing when people are lying. Does she already know she's being investigated? She might know that there's something off with him. I am a little suspicious of him as well.
I'm going to bed.
Like, is there something with him setting it up that there is this rat and it's not actually the 5 that we're investigating? Oh, something in his drink? Is this Severus? They said Severus could be really bad. It's some sort of bioweapon, I'm assuming. Okay, so my suspicion of Meacham was unfounded then, if he's just going to die here, perhaps. That obviously makes you think it's Anna because she knows that he was cheating.
Is anything playing?
I hear Dark Windows is good.
Dark Windows. Don't know that one.
But she's already seen it. Yeah.
Black Bag.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know what the title Black Bag was in reference to, but they've said it a few times. So Black Bag just means confidential. A black hole, information is lost in there.
Proper badge protocol was essential, Mr.
Never happen again.
Is this actually his place of work, or is he sneaking in here? Is he on a mission?
Clarissa expects exactly nothing.
Okay.
You've heard about Meacham.
Okay, yeah.
Little young for a heart attack, don't you think?
Yes.
The saying is just a heart attack. So Severus is the Death Note. Gives everyone heart attacks.
Sorry to interrupt.
Would your key be in my bag?
Oh, that's what he put in.
You okay?
I just heard about Meacham.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what's he up to then, having a spare badge now as well?
Have something on the way home, if you don't mind. I might stop off at the lake.
If it was like almost everything could be in code as well, I might stop off by the lake. What does that mean? Is he actually going to a lake? There was a name in the subtitles, but I didn't take a note of it. He seems like he's head of everything.
Zurich.
Oh, so he knows where she's going. Yeah.
After the first nightmare.
You're still having them every night.
I guess it really is essential having like a therapist as part of the program. You need to analyze how mentally there all of your agents are. Anything that might put them off their game, you know?
I think those amounts and dosages are just under my reporting requirements. And you know that.
Ha. Okay.
Well, that's not the goal in here.
The goal is to satisfy the mandate so I can get back to work.
But her goal is to make sure that she's actually okay. That's Zoe's goal.
I've had it up to my eyeballs being watched by every single person around me.
Oh, she knows she's being watched. Although you're going to feel like you're constantly watched in an environment like this, aren't you?
You know, I always know when you're arriving. Because the aroma of hostility wafts in ahead of you.
Yeah, she obviously doesn't want to be here. Just sees it as a formality, not to actually get help.
Stieglitz told me that my devotion to my marriage is my professional weakness.
Stieglitz, that was the name. I guess for any agent, romantic interest is going to be a weak point. Same with family.
If a situation presents itself, would you choose your marriage over everything else?
I value loyalty.
To what?
Country or to your marriage. Yeah. I guess they should be trained to value country above all else.
Zolpidem. After 3 days, you said things get even uglier.
Yeah. Did her accent slip there? She said she was from up north.
Over money still. Despite all evidence to the contrary.
Well, I'll not end up like my mother.
Okay. There's a bit of insight. I guess as well, you want to do constant psychological evaluations and things like that in case the agents are being tampered with, you know? They were talking about all these different drugs you can take for things. There's a chance that someone's been, you know, giving them something. Yeah, analysing every micro expression. Who could it be? Oh, did I have it the wrong way round? When are you going to play me, George? I thought it was Catherine who was good at telling who lies were. Maybe it was George. I guess he knows Catherine best, doesn't he?
The situation's come up that I think falls outside our usual reporting parameters.
Going off the books.
In case one of our persona IDs is used to open an offshore account.
Never once has been.
In Zurich?
Search old case files for the name and date of birth.
Also scrubbed, she's a non-entity post-2009.
That makes you think it's a woman, but maybe it's not.
We got a hit on the incoming SWIFT to the new bank.
Where?
Grafencard Swiss AG. Zurich.
Ah, there we go.
Zurich.
The thing is, it could always be Catherine investigating this as well.
7 million.
Although we do know money's a big thing with her.
Margaret Langford was used a handful of times by Sig Intop in 2008 before discontinuance.
Used by whom?
Your wife.
More things pointing towards her.
Who else knows?
No one.
Leave it with me, please.
That's a conflict of interest letting him investigate, yeah.
Alice? Richard, what are you doing?
What? I just opened the door.
Yeah, she didn't jump. Everyone else did. She jumped when she was being looked at, though. She always knows when he's looking at her. Yeah, is this going to come down to the conflict of interest of it being her and him having to work against her, or is it not actually her?
I hate the distance.
I'm pretty good at it.
Seems grotesque.
Don't accidentally reveal you know it's Zurich.
Bon voyage. Or gute Reise.
Yeah, be careful. Or is he doing that on purpose?
I understand you and Freddie are still together.
Yeah,
Even after that night, yeah.
he forgave me. I forgave him. You know, the hand thing kind of evened us out.
Okay.
What about the damage to his table?
You have MOD imagery oversight in Building 321 and one of the 64 eyes.
But she's also one of the suspicious ones that he needs her for help.
What does that get me?
Privacy. I have personally never found ecstasy use to be a compromising factor.
Ah, yeah, of course, he's been investigating everyone. That's why she forgave him.
You're a bastard.
It's important.
He's probably just got dirt on everyone, doesn't he?
I mean, I can't date outside. They don't understand. And I can't date inside because we're all fucking liars.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
How can that possibly work?
Seems to work between him and Catherine. Yeah,
You do know because it works for you.
at least from her perspective.
There's a look down skiff off the main 64.
Thank you for the wine.
You didn't have to come at me like that, you know.
Yeah, she would have helped. They keep using the phrase skiff. I don't know what a skiff is. I don't know if there's something, just technology. It seems like an anagram for something. Is anagram the right word? You guys know what I mean.
Where are we looking?
47.3701 north, 8.5411 east.
Did he note that down, or is his memory just that good?
Nice bench. We done?
Wait. They're late.
Ah, which means the time limit, yeah.
I watch her, I assume she watches me.
Yeah, they both know.
Even no matter what that means. You understand?
My God, that's...
Yeah, that's what she's thinking.
It's the only way.
You need to be all in on each other. Oh, okay. I thought that was Freddie for a second.
Facial rec.
Anything they can do with the mouth movements, translating and things.
Kulikov.
Andrei Kulikov, we have a name.
It's a lip-reading AI. It's still in beta.
There we go, there we go. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Coming.
The money's in the place. Do your fucking job and unrelease.
She isn't selling, she's buying.
Oh, that's where the money... Yeah, why she has the money. She's using it to buy.
Shit.
What?
It's froze.
Get rid of it.
I don't know what... I'm trying.
Well, they've been seen 2, 1... Because of the beta. He didn't miss that.
Go into the root files and delete keystroke logs too.
Yeah, well, I hope
Oh.
you want. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
Yes, she might lose her job. Deleting the keystrokes, that's smart as well. I'm sure I've seen that little macro pad they have before. I've been wanting to buy one.
James, come on, how old are you?
Come over here.
What?
Come over here.
They gotta keep it professional.
What kind of visit is it then?
The kind where I say we're not seeing each other anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to.
What about the times we had?
Just as simple as that.
None of this is normal.
No, it isn't.
The relationship's abnormal, so the breakup's abnormal as well.
I'll tell psych services to recommend a psychiatrist for any prescriptive issues you might
I
have.
told you things.
Yeah, that's the problems with relationships. There's confidential things between them.
I was drunk as hell.
Yeah, there's
Regarding Severus is also privileged.
a lot of information that shouldn't be shared that is being shared.
Because it'd be a real drag to have to kill you.
I've never appreciated that sort of humour.
Yeah, and I never liked that about you either.
Yeah, I don't know if he was actually being funny there. Really know he goes behind the back of the organisation with what he said to George earlier.
I left it there this morning.
This is the best breakup I ever had.
Very efficient.
Oh, no.
Oh, what is it? Do they know about what he just did, or is it all about Catherine? Yeah, look at him walks in with his head down.
We got all 5 as they came and went. None of them a Pavlichuk.
So the son of a...
Oh, look at how much he's shaking there.
We look away. He takes off. It was an operation.
And of course, because he was in the room and they've deleted the keystrokes.
Should we notify CIA?
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah, it's very bad for him if anyone figures out what they did.
Certainly not showing them our dirty linens. If there's a traitor in the house, I want to know who it is before they do.
The thing is, the organization would know she was going to Zurich, right?
We believe Pavlichuk has been given a physical copy. That's why we watched him. If Kulikov manages...
So he can unleash Severus now? A physical copy, though. So maybe Severus is something else.
It has to be physically introduced to a nuclear reactor to get past an air gap, but once it's in, it can target...
Oh, okay, there we go. That's what it is.
And we realized if we can do it to them, once the thing is out there...
They can do it to us.
Cause a nuclear meltdown.
But it was a damn good idea.
It would appear someone here felt the same way.
And redirected the eye.
George, you're not doing a great job here, if I'm honest. I thought you'd be better at holding composure.
Create a meltdown, and it'll be our goddamn fault.
I mean, he's struggling to say whether to say it is Catherine or not. Yeah, look at him. His usual body language is completely off. I guess for storytelling purposes, for us as an audience, it's good that we can see that.
This can't be good.
It isn't.
Is she gonna tell him? Yeah. She knows that it's Catherine as well. And that still doesn't give away how they knew about the handover, does it? There's something more there.
Don't know why I was there. I spent the rest of the day chasing down Gunther at FIS, but he was useless.
Of course, I just don't trust what anyone says.
George will be watching you.
None whatsoever.
So they're actually suspicious of George watching. No, thinking he's the agent and is trying to see what they know, you know?
Freddy's still Severus.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I have no idea. There's no one I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious of everyone equally, kind of. Even George and Catherine. Even maybe Meacham, who knows if he's even actually dead, you know?
Disrupt. All of it.
Okay.
An overreaction.
That makes sense, yeah. Cause a big disruption. Don't act the way they want you to act or predict you'll react. Of course, that only works if it's not Catherine or George.
We'll be back in plenty of time. It's easier to think out here.
Yeah. Come out here for the serenity, for the quiet.
I need something.
Trying to get each of them all alone.
I've been meaning to follow up with you. Of course, one's mind goes to a possible Severus connection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got the gun there.
Margaret Langford. The passport name that Catherine used in 08.
Okay, what about it?
Repeatedly recycled by the system, passed around SAS for a decade.
Ah, okay. So it could be anyone.
We're no longer looking at Catherine.
We?
Was that a slip up?
What do I do?
We trust him a bit more now. Let them run and then reel them back in, hey?
One of our people is compromised. Drone strike resets everything.
Just Kulikov, or am I taking anybody else out with it?
It's a gift from fucking heaven. Do you want it or not?
Oh, okay, yeah, they're just gonna kill him.
He's traveling across Poland for the next 3 hours. Don't wait.
Just a drone strike, kill him, yeah. I do feel like I'm most suspicious, like you naturally feel suspicious of Arthur here because he's the most high up and it always feels like it's the most high up people sometimes for big reveals like that.
Ask for the CIA drone logs when you get back.
Oh.
How many would a meltdown have killed? 10,000? 20,000?
Yeah, is this the reveal? It is actually him.
Cancelled your op.
So it was actually him? But he might have some greater plans of greater good. But then why would you get everyone else to investigate?
You stupid son of a bitch.
Son?
You cannot imagine the damage you just did.
Has that destroyed Severus as well, though?
Have you seen him? When his jaws lock on something? You will rip yourself apart before he'll let go.
So is that it? Or are there others working with him?
Yes or no, whenever possible, please.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this.
Kind of deflecting.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Are the lights on in this room?
Yes.
I wonder what happens when you lie about things like that. You know, are you sitting down? Is it Friday today? Things like that.
Do you enjoy toast?
Very much.
I guess it gives them information anyway.
What's Severus?
Oh.
Did you steal Cerberus as a means of getting even?
No.
Why did he steal it then?
About 2 months ago.
So sometimes yes and no questions can be. I hate those videos of the politicians in America were like, give me a yes or no question, and they just ask like an incriminating question.
Outside of war, have you ever killed another person?
Define war.
Declared or undeclared?
It's, you know, one of those ones where it's like, were you embarrassed when you wet yourself the other day? Yes or no only.
Yes.
Have you ever betrayed your country?
No.
There was a lot of movement when he said no there.
Is your middle name Beatrice?
No.
But that's not a lie.
Are you tightening your anal sphincter muscle right now?
Yes.
How does that change things?
Who asked you to plant the movie stub in the wastebasket in my closet?
What?
No one.
Yeah, that was planted there.
That question is inappropriately operational.
How many people are you
Personally,
personally...
you know I can't answer that.
Yeah, can they just say black bag for a lot of this?
Did you steal Severus because of your ideology?
The question assumes I stole Severus.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's not a great question.
How many sexual partners have you had in the last 3 months?
2.
I don't know how much to trust this, because personally I don't really believe in polygraphs either, so... But maybe this is a more advanced one that actually could exist in this universe, you know?
Would you like to come for dinner at our home tomorrow evening?
Huh?
Yeah, so we're going back to that, a dinner party.
Wait, what the fuck did we just learn here?
See you tomorrow.
No, I like that, going back to the dinner party.
Work or social?
Yes.
Both, yeah.
So where's this fucking dinner?
I didn't cook.
We have a game.
Oh, another game.
We go around the table and George will ask each one of you a question. And if you get it wrong...
Get shot? Yeah.
That's a new rug.
Anyone who'd prefer to answer...
Is it a new table as well? Is there still a stab mark in the table?
I've got nothing to hide.
Then we'll start with you. When did you first sleep with Freddie?
Ah, it's all coming out, isn't it?
That was ungentlemanly, but necessary. Dr. Vaughan is the woman Freddie's been meeting at the Zeta Hotel in Clerkenwell.
Oh, so he was even more nervous before because it would give it away that it was Zoe.
She thought she'd need something from him, eventually.
Oh, come on, don't be a prick. Isn't it just possible?
No, it isn't.
Oh, that hurts his ego. Oh, that's Severus. So James was playing with that earlier, wasn't he? In Zoe's meeting.
I didn't lie.
I know. You didn't need to. You had nothing to do with any of it.
Okay, wow.
Somehow, you removed the Severus malware from the building. But you got excited about your plan.
Okay.
This is all one of his fucking fantasies.
It's why I had a hard time at first.
He's figured it all out.
You see, it was 2.
Yeah.
You two make it almost easy. Anything you give a shit about is each other.
For the record.
They always defend each other.
And you had me lured to Zurich.
To frame her, yeah.
I was buying back Severus. But you made it look like I was selling.
You opened the account in Myanmar yourself.
There we go. Yeah, all that stuff, all that info about Myanmar, it was all lies from him.
Myanmar does cooperate. You just have to know.
Just as he said, you have to know who to ask in Myanmar.
Razvan still owes me.
I bet there's no ammo in it. They put it there on purpose.
It was right. It was brave. And it was noble.
If it would have ended the war.
You killed Meacham. Because it was right? Or because it was noble?
If it would have ended the war, how many lives, you know, the exchange of lives that Zoe was considering as well.
What's the game, Catherine?
See who picks up the gun.
Fuck's sake. Come on, George.
Yeah, well, there's something with the gun. You pull the trigger and it fires towards you or something.
Your suspicions, hearsay, and pillow talk.
And you know, your recorded confession.
Nice, of course. There's always a hidden mic somewhere.
You should have killed me on the boat, George.
There we go. Yeah, the gun that was on the table, obviously.
You save lives, but don't ever...
The gunshots, they felt quite low in volume. I don't know if that was just compression of loud noises from my computer or something, or if that was... They're supposed to be like silenced guns. And she had nothing to do with it. This is all a shock with her, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Back out to the lake. Are you dropping his body at the lake or something? And then, yeah, it all happened almost in a span of a week. Just over. What's going on with, yeah, Arthur? Because it's kind of like his people all worked against him. Or is there some other reveal here?
Terrible about Stokes.
So strange.
He suspects them.
Maybe it's time to consider stepping away, Arthur.
Before you end up like Stokes.
You won't be able to sleep for a whole month.
He wasn't rattled. He took credit for the whole thing. The CIA is...
Oh, okay. Yeah, he just takes credit. Wow.
Why didn't you just ask me about the movie ticket? See if I was lying.
Oh, just do it that way.
The £7 million Stokes put into the Swiss bank account.
Oh, it's still there. Convenient. Yeah, she always went on about her money. Nice. Yeah, they can just get away with that money, I guess. Okay, so that was Black Bag. That was really great. A really great spy espionage kind of thriller here. Really like the premise and the overall plot here, you know, investigating these other spies. And of course, because they're also spies, they've got the same kind of intelligence and power as you in a way. And the way they're all, you know, investigating each other, manipulating each other works really well. I don't think the film actually surprised me that much in terms of like reveals, but I think that's also kind of how it goes with this type of thing, because you are inherently suspicious of everyone. You know, even Meacham, who we'd seen die, I was thinking, well, there's a chance that was all an act and he's pulling the strings, you know? And I think especially like Arthur, that one felt the most obvious, because it does always feel like with this type of thing, there's someone high up, someone pulling the strings really high up. So you go to the person you know has the most power. That's who logically it is. And then it being James, yeah, I mean, it wasn't surprising, but as I said, it's because I'd suspected everyone. I didn't have like a running theory. The thing is, I did take everything James said at face value, which maybe I shouldn't have, because yeah, it's obviously he can manipulate the information. You know, he was telling the truth in that information, just not giving all of the answers. And I think it keeps you intrigued quite well, while also you being able to follow what's going on. I didn't ever feel lost here. I'm sure some people will, some people won't. But for me, it felt like it kept the level of intrigue high enough and kept it easy enough to follow, where I was just following along, really engaged with everything here. Because a lot of it as well is actually just these, main 6, maybe 7 if you're counting Arthur, their main dynamics. And you really have to keep track of the dynamics between them, who's dating who's cheating on who with who. I mean, they're all cheating on each other, really, aren't they? So it's more about actually keeping track of the relationships between them than it is anything else. And of course, you have all of these conflicts of interest with, Zoe being this therapist for them. It's an essential role, but then, they give information that is not on the record, and there's lots of information sharing, But when something's not on record, it can be suspicious, like with James, And, when we were having that dinner party scene, I was wondering if it was all going to take place within that dinner party and just kind of devolve from that point. But I like that we go back to the dinner party at the end. It was bookends it in this dinner party setting. And the dinner party itself was like a psychological evaluation that never really ended. So it kind of carried on past that point, didn't it? And, with Severus, and they're talking about the whole, killing tens of thousands of people with a nuclear meltdown, but it also ending the war. It was interesting, Zoe's perspective, because she actually knew, and it was like, oh, religiously or ideologically, would you put that first? And I do wonder, would it be for the greater good if they'd actually done it? They said it would end the war, but I don't know if we get much info about if there is actually a war going, if that was just James, as George was saying, asking him, like, what do you define a war as, this conflict. He said it would end the war. If it's I don't think it was a full-blown war. If it was a full-blown war, which is the greater good? Would doing that and, shutting off power to your enemy, but then that's civilian lives being killed, would that save more lives in the long run than just doing the war traditionally? But those are civilian lives, not soldier lives, so is an interesting morality there as well, actually. It doesn't dive much into that, but that is interesting there. And it does feel like, every plot point, there could be like 2 or 3 spins on it. The plot point with the movie ticket, I was like, did someone place it there? Did she place it there purposely for George to find? Because she knows George is good at finding those things. Someone else planted it there, but she knew it was planted there, and that's what it seems like. And then, of course, he asked, do you want to go see this movie? And she hasn't seen it. But is she pretending she hasn't seen it? Or has she not actually seen it? Because when we were watching the film, there was like a jump. Everyone jumped except her. And I was like, oh, has she seen it? But then she does jump again a bit later. Is that just a normal human reaction? Or is it because she's being investigated and under pressure, I think the only time the mask kind of falls on that is when George was in that room panicking, and you could just see it in his body language, couldn't you? And yeah, it is interesting because you want the characters to be relatable to the audience so we can see how stressed George is, but actually in that environment, him being a special agent, he's probably trained to not show that, to not have those expressions, There's almost a conflict of interest between the film and the filmmaking and what the actual narrative is, And it's only a 90-minute film, but I think it uses the runtime really efficiently. I don't think there's anything they needed to add or should have cut. It really efficient storytelling. We get right into it. We get right into the weeds and details. I thought, maybe we'd see like an establishing mission, but we don't even really have that. Some films, like a Bond film, would have like a establishing mission, but yeah, we don't have that here. It just works really, really well. And yeah, this relationship between George and Catherine, that's at the heart of this. I was wondering, is there any mistrust there? Is there not? Are they being as truthful as they're saying? Well, it seems like there was, and they were completely trusting each other. And you know, as they said, they can trust each other because they are both kind of constantly surveying each other as well. They've got like nothing to hide almost. So that's how they can have their trust between them, as was explained to Clarissa, you know. But yeah, that was really good. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. If you really love this, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.